Hi everyone, I'm here with Brittany Bell. She's the current Miss Universe Guam. We met last weekend at the LA Travel Adventure Show, and we just got to talking, and she was telling me about her position as Miss Guam and Guam and why we should visit. And so now here I am to talk a little bit more about Miss Universe and about Guam. So thank you for having me here.
Oh, of course. I'm in town and it worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
It's so cool. You get to come in the hotel room and actually get a chance to share some things about Guam with you guys. So thank you. Guam is amazing. I'm really glad that you had a chance to stop by our booth. We were at the Travel Adventure Show and it was awesome because you were really inquiring about Guam, and I was so excited because where we come from, you know, it's not always very close for people to visit, but when we get a chance to share it and people want to come, it's really cool. So I'm glad you do.
And so what inspired you to run for Miss Guam?
Oh man, so many things inspired me. I think the first thing is that it's the root of my culture, of my roots, because I have so many different ethnicities in my bloodline, but the biggest one that I have is my Chamorro culture, which is what we call ourselves on Guam. Our name is Chamorro instead of just Guamanian. But we have a really strong spirit and a strong strength of who we are, and that really meant a lot to me, so I wanted to be able to represent that. And also, I love helping people. I love getting out in the community. I love empowering women, and it's just a part of who I am. And I wanted to also go to Miss Universe, so it just made sense, everything combined.
And why would you say Guam is a good destination to visit?
Oh man, Guam is an amazing destination to visit because it's known as America's best kept secret. So people who travel just as far as Hawaii, if they would just go the extra mile, they would get to see America's best kept secret. It's where America's day begins. So you're in a whole nother time zone when you come to our country because you get you actually gain a day when you go back to the States, but you lose a day when you come to Guam, so you're a day ahead of everyone, which is nice because you can celebrate Christmas twice if you come to our island. But it's a lot of fun. The reason why you should come is because the people are so warm and inviting. The people are very loving to you. You can come have a fiesta, we'll feed you galore, and there's so much lush jungle. You get to experience this beautiful untouched land. When you come into the jungle, you'll see that the colors are so vibrant, so beautiful, and you can go diving and see all of the underwater life. That's amazing. Go out dolphin watching, and there's just so many cool things about our culture. We have the Chamorro Village, which is awesome. It's a night market, and people get to come and experience really authentic parts of our culture. From the food, there's tons of food, there's lots of jewelry that is really expressive of our culture, and you'll also get to see some performances because we have live music there too, so you can come dance.
Sounds fun. I love dancing.
Oh yeah, you gotta come dance.
And what's the main language there? Do they speak English or
anything else?
Yeah.
Guamese, people say Guamese. What do you say? Well, we are known as Chamorro people, but we're also speaking the language Chamorro. And our language is rooted to the indigenous culture that sprouted up just on our island. But the primary language is English. We're US citizens, so you can come to Guam because we don't require you to have a passport if you come through Hawaii, which is really cool. Unless you go through Japan, then you need your passport. But on Guam, we have the same president as the US, and we have a lot of different things that you may not experience in the US, but you'll be really familiar with as far as like our currency, the way that you'll experience the culture is different, but our currency is the same, and we don't speak Chamorro to where you won't understand us. We only speak it amongst each other. Yeah.
And is it expensive, or would you say that people can go on a budget?
Well, if you've ever experienced Hawaii or the Caribbean, it's very similar like that. You can go on a budget if you plan it out, but it's just the same as any other trip you probably take around the world. It's not like you're going to get like 430 pesos to the dollar because we use the same currency unless you're coming from another country. Yeah.
And what's your favorite food there?
Oh, our food is awesome. So one food that I'd love even to make you, if I had a chance to stay in the States longer, is red rice and finadeni. It's a side dish that we make with all of our meals pretty much. You go to any barbecue on Guam, you'll see we have red rice and finadeni every time. And I also love our shrimp patties. I don't eat shrimp anymore, but if you have shrimp patties, they're amazing. And we also have kelaguen. And kelaguen is like a shredded coconut with chicken, or they make it with beef or shrimp. But you do it with the shredded chicken, and it has like sliced onions in it, and it's just got a really good flavor. And they put lemon. It's just good. Something you can't really describe. You just have to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, I'm a big dessert girl. Are there any sweets?
Yeah,
that
we
you would
do.
recommend?
We have roscetti, which is like, it's not actually really sweet, but it's like a cookie. But we have buchi buchi, which is like, it's like a pumpkin empanada.
Oh.
Yeah, or you can make it in other flavors too, but that's something that we like to make too.
The empanadas, does that come from like the Spanish influence?
Oh yeah, we were colonized by the Spaniards, so a lot of our culture will have Spanish influence, from some of the architecture that you'll see on Guam to also the language that we speak has some Spanish words in it. Even my family name is Mesa, so you'll hear other people, their last name is like Cruz, Santos, Dueñas, or things like that. And so you'll find that some of our food has Spanish influence, but a lot of it is authentic to our culture.
That's cool. And so how was it being in Miss Universe?
Oh my goodness. Miss Universe was amazing. The reason why is because I went into it with the idea that I will just have a blast. I'm not going to take it too seriously, that I won't get to experience all the beauty of what is going on there. And that is, you have 87 women other than yourself that come together, and they're there to experience something and vie after a title, but at the same time, you're learning about each other. You're coming from places some of you have never been. And that's amazing. I was just curious. I'm like, oh, Miss Honduras. I know you're would you say Honduran, right?
Yeah.
I met Miss Honduras. She was so sweet.
Aww.
She was close by because G and H, they're not too far from each other. So I would see her often, and it was just nice. And I speak Spanish also, so it was nice to be able to communicate with some of the girls when I wouldn't normally be able to.
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
It was amazing. We got all the glamorous stuff too, the photo shoots, the fashion, the really cool things that we were just able to do that you wouldn't do in a normal day. Yeah.
Would you say that there was any cattiness behind the scenes or any drama?
Not really. I mean, the only thing that you'll really experience with Miss Universe or any pageants is the battle within, and feeling like you're prepared as you should be. You're kind of wondering, do I have the best clothes, or have this, and you want to be your best.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to let it go and just feel your best no matter what, because you're there at that moment. It's your time. Just do it.
Yeah.
But the girls are sweet. If they're there to be Miss Universe, they're going to be nice. If they're going to be mean, they probably shouldn't be Miss Universe.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, so they're really sweet girls, and they outran the best of their country too. So if they're able to do that, they're probably nice girls. And if they're mean, hey, we ignore them anyway. No, I'm kidding. You find there's sometimes drama, but you just ignore it and keep it moving.
And do you get to bring anyone with you? Is it?
Oh, like a posse?
Yeah.
No, you don't get your entourage or anything to come with you, because they have it all there for you. So if I were to give you like a day in the life of, someone journeying on Miss Universe, so you wake up in the morning and you start to get your hair and your makeup done, either by the people if you have a photo shoot, or by yourself if you've got an event to go to. The hair and makeup people are there for your photo shoots. So let's say you have a photo shoot that day. You wake up in the morning, your chaperone is knocking at your door. It's a woman that's there to remind you when you have things and what you need to be doing, because there's a lot in a day. And you go to breakfast. You see all the girls there, you eat, they've got a healthy, awesome spread for you, and you get to experience each other at the, you get to talk about their culture and different things at breakfast, and then you're like, okay, time to go. You go, you get your hair, your makeup done by these awesome makeup artists and hairstylists, and then you go into your photo shoot with one of the top photographers, and you just get all glammed up. You get to try on clothes. You have a fitting. You gotta make sure that you show off your gown. You gotta make sure your swimsuit is right. They check it. They make sure it looks good for the show. And then you go on to the next event. It's usually a dinner event. The cameras are everywhere. They're watching what you're doing, and they're kind of showing off you at dinner. And then at the end of the night, you get back in the hotel lobby. You're usually taking pictures with the girls because you're excited to see each other. You go to bed. It's usually late, but you're sending messages to your friends and family. And then you start it all over again until competition comes.
Wow.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot, but like fun too.
Oh my gosh, it's a blast. Yeah, it's a blast. And then by the time that it comes to competition, you get there and you're rehearsing. You've got this woman named Lou who's just there to teach you all of the camera angles and the walks and everything, and you're just getting drilled with rehearsals. And some of those girls don't speak English, so they've got to repeat. Yeah. So you're like, wow, the stage, the lights, everything, and you get to pretend, and then the day comes that some girls won't be pretending, they'll really be doing it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
So there's kind of the background that not everybody gets to really experience.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And did you encounter girls who didn't know what Guam was or had never heard of your country before?
Oh my gosh, yeah, there were so many girls at Miss Universe that were like, so where is Guam? And what is Guam? And what do you speak there? You speak Guamese? I'm like, no. So I really had to represent and show them what Guam was about. And I feel like by the time that I left, they really wanted to come, or they understood Guam better. And even my roommate, Miss Israel, she was like, oh, I know more about Guam now. I want to come. So it was cool.
Yeah, I want to go too.
Thank you. I hope you can come. There's so much to do.
Yeah. So can we look at the sash?
Yeah, try it on.
So how do I do this? I've never had one of these
so it goes
before.
over the arm, the right.
Okay.
So then the letters come here, and then it velcros right at the bottom.
Oh.
Yes, there you go.
Oh, right there, okay.
Yeah, and then usually when you do like a photo shoot or something, or if you're taking photos with people, you want to make it so that you see like the Universe Guam right there. You look like a pro.
This is so cool.
All we need is to put the crown on you.
I know.
Well, if you come to Guam and you compete, you could be the next one. You probably would be better off in Honduras.
Yeah,
I
think that's, right? Yeah. And then so you do like the
wave. Okay, so the cliche wave is, they say elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist. But you just wave, just gracefully. And you smile at all times. And you act like you're saying hi to everyone. Hi.
Great. So, okay, I guess let's send off with bye in Guam.
In Chamorro?
In Chamorro.
Yeah. So to say bye in Chamorro, you say adios.
Adios.